You want to go first?
Well, I hate to say it, but I'm a little bit shocked that I enjoyed myself as much as I did, to be honest. I thought it was awesome. We saw Joker, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We
Joker.
didn't even fucking say anything.
What else is out?
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Abominable or whatever it is? I was blown away by Abominable.
No, not at all. Yeah, I thought it was amazing. I went in with no expectations, though, so maybe if you're expecting something crazy, it might not be as good. But I thought it was awesome. Has a lot to say about society. Phoenix is amazing. Best since, obviously, Ledger. I don't really know. I just thought it was awesome. It's a great villain story, great origin story. I honestly was hoping that it would never end, and it's insane. Like, some things that happen are pretty crazy. So, go ahead.
It's going to take everything in me to say this. This is a DC film. I loved it. I loved it a lot, actually. And for me, when a movie gets to the point where it starts to take your breath away, like, you get, like, anxiety.
Oh, there was some scenes.
That's like like in Midsommar. That's why I
Yeah.
love that movie so much. That's when it has me. Like, when I'm on the edge of my seat. What's going to happen next? And I know a lot of people say that about certain movies, but this one truly had me on edge.
It'll shock you.
I'm going to do a hot take here, and I don't give a fuck. Okay, this is my favorite portrayal of the Joker, not my favorite performance.
Okay.
I still think Heath Ledger has the best performance, only because I mean, he's had time.
It's
gonna take
different.
time.
Yeah,
it's gonna
this
take
is
time.
not. You have to wait. Yeah.
And I think this movie's better than Dark Knight.
Okay.
I think it's 100 times better than Dark Knight. However, I will say that has the best Joker performance. Not to dig on this performance because it's fantastic, but it's my favorite portrayal because it's so well fleshed out. Because you get an understanding of where this character, or how this character came to be, rather.
Yeah.
How this character came to be, and that's what I loved so much. In a movie like this, where it's about a character piece, you have to nail it, or your movie will suck.
Yeah.
It's
you have to be all in, and
Yeah.
Phoenix has to be all in. Everybody has to be all in with it, totally making it, because it's not really a super. I almost wish it wasn't even called Joker, like it was something else completely, because it's really not that. It's just the extra flavor. It's just an unhinged and I love that the person is just unhinged and it's just. But it's what makes it so good is that the character, obviously this is the way the Joker is, but the character is so crazy, but he understands exactly how society works.
Yeah.
But he is completely unhinged. But I mean, and Phoenix gives a performance that's just insane.
Yeah.
Honestly, and like you said, I think that it being a character piece makes it so much better.
Take Forrest Gump, for instance. Like, that movie, if Tom Hanks didn't sell it as well as he did in Forrest Gump, that movie might feel like 100 different movies, because it takes place in so many different settings and tones and stuff. But the fact that you love the character so much because it's sold so well is what makes that movie so good. And that's how it kind of felt like here. Like, they do a lot of things. Touching back on why this is my favorite portrayal of the Joker, I'm not sure if this is, like, based on actual, like, comic book lore, if they did something with it. I'm sure it's not. But what they did with the Joker in relation to the Wayne family
good.
was great. Like, I thought it was so good.
Yeah.
It really was. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips, I didn't know he wrote it too. He directed it. I'm blown away by that, because he's known for comedy.
It is not a superhero movie at all. It looks very like grainy. It's very. I thought it was super well shot, and it feels very indie film, like low budget, small, and just like a character piece, which is what I was hoping it would be. Yeah. To be honest,
it's layered. It's very much layered. I kind of started to. I mean, I was wrong in certain instances where I thought the story was going to go, but I think I got I caught on to where it was going to go in certain ways. Well, actually, I wasn't completely wrong, because I whispered. I'm not going to say I whispered something to you that I thought was going to, but in a way it kind of did. In a way it kind of did. I could kind of see where it was going to go at times. Not that that's really that much of a problem.
It's not a bad thing.
No, not really. But
because it's not as much where you want the story to go. It's just seeing this guy and just how he progresses. And because honestly, the whole transformation, I thought it had come to a head in the first like 30 to 40 minutes. I was like, okay, now he's Joker. And then it just kept going and going. And like the whole movie is just him getting, oh man, it really does. Because I leaned over to him about 30 minutes in, and I was like, okay, that last 10 minutes where I started to see the first transfer, I was like, that was awesome. And then he gets deeper and deeper, and you could just see him. you almost don't even realize it, that you're watching him just go more and more insane. I think it's great. It's amazing.
I watched the Stuckman review, and he said that he didn't feel this movie was that violent. And I've seen a lot of violent movies, and I thought this was pretty violent.
Yeah, it's pretty violent.
I was kind of surprised he said that, because I felt like it was pretty violent. And I've seen, like I said, some pretty violent films, and this is kind of up there. I think it's just maybe the times now. Maybe it's kind of plays to that.
I don't know. I mean,
but
I don't think people should be complaining about that.
No,
but it is definitely very violent.
No, it's very violent.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the kind of movie. It's almost like, in a way, it's like, I forget who said this. I think it was maybe David Ehrlich who said, like, the next not Schindler's List, Shawshank Redemption is going to be a comic book movie, like, because that's just where Hollywood's headed right now. And I think he's in a way kind of right. I've seen a lot of comparisons to Taxi Driver with this, and
I saw that too. I still haven't finished that movie.
Yeah, this is like that to me and probably most people. I think that's a very good kind of way of thinking, because I think that's completely right. It's like we're seeing movies that are like expanding beyond just being action. We're just seeing what you said, like this could have been totally non-Joker, but the fact that it's just added in there with extra flavor, kind of that the comic bookness,
which just makes it just adds another layer, like we were saying, to it, honestly, because it doesn't need to be a Joker movie. At the end of the day, it could have just been a guy. It makes that genre
more interesting.
Yeah, it does, and it's almost like I've not really seen anything like this as far as like a villain, as far as comic book movies go, like a villain origin story that has taken this seriously and that has I can't think of another thing to compare it to that's a comic book movie. So
and they go there, like they were going in places that I don't think I was really expecting. I was looking forward to this movie, but I wasn't. Like,
I didn't have very
excited
much
out of my mind. I mean, if it had the Marvel Studios logo in front of it, I would have been
me.
like, "Oh, just kidding." But I was looking forward to it, but like, I didn't really know what to expect other than just a good performance. But the performance was so good that everything around it was affected positively, and I think that's what.
Because it starts with him.
That's what helps in character piece movies.
It starts with Phoenix at the end of the day, and then it trickles down. And I mean, if he is all in, then your director can go all in. Everybody. It just makes it better.
I just loved literally everything they did with the Joker in this movie. It is really my favorite portrayal. I love it.
I could see why you're saying that, and I almost want to agree. Because I can't not agree with you.
Yeah, regarding the performance, that's just time will tell.
But yeah, we'll see.
I'm still going to give the upper hand to Ledger, only because there's just so many scenes in that movie with Ledger that I watch just all the time.
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube
but
all
like
the
I said,
time.
time will tell, so we'll see. But I still I think The Dark Knight's a really good movie. I think it's
you do have to be able to separate a good performance from a good movie, and that's where that suffers. I think some people blow it out of proportion. I don't know if I think this is better. I'll have to sit on that one, but I understand your performance, and I agree with what you're saying.
This movie took my breath away.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked how much I like it.
Movie?
Yeah, I can't believe it. Honestly, scrap everything DC's done and just start from here.
Yeah, you know.
But I almost don't even want. I don't know.
They have a bright future ahead of them if they continue to make not movies necessarily like this, but if they take chances, because I think it's a pretty bold move to make
this
a
is
movie
a
like
big
this.
chance. Yeah. To even mess with this character at all after what has happened with like the whole Heath Ledger thing is still like that's risky in itself, because it could suck and then it's like
if I don't think this movie would have been as good if you have like Jared Leto's Joker in this movie. It would have been a disaster. But that just goes to show how important the performance is.
Yeah, it's just he's never too much.
No,
he's completely unhinged, but he's never too. He never like.
Based on the situations,
I don't know how to describe it. Like he's never he crosses the line, but he never makes the performance too much ever. It totally everything feels in character, 100%. It doesn't just feel like I'm the Joker, so I can go crazy. It's like he slowly turns into something that is just insane.
He's the catalyst of chaos.
It's amazing. He's so good.
It's all well earned.
Yeah,
all very
definitely.
Earned. Yeah, I loved it. What would you give it?
I'm gonna go. I'll go 4.5 now. I want to see it again. I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5 then.
Okay.
You're gonna fuck.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it 3.5. I really liked it a lot. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
I'm giving it a 5. I'm just doing it. It's like one of those feelings like after I had with Midsommar, because it gave me that same feeling, not to the certain degree that Midsommar. I hate that it's an O. I can't stand that because I want to pronounce Midsommar. It gave me that same feeling, not to the degree that Midsommar did, because that went to the nth
It's a
degree.
different movie.
Yeah,
it's a totally different movie.
But it gave me that same anxiety, and I loved it.
I really think I'm gonna go 5 after I see it again. 'Cause there were just, like you said, with the anxiety. At the very end, there's a scene that happens, and after it happened, I had to ask Max for a drink because I thought I was like, it was too much. Like the scene it's insane, and I was so on edge. Like it's really good, and it really takes it there. So I'll go 4.5 now. I want to see it again, so we'll see after that. But I'll go 4.5.
Yeah, and maybe it's because my expectations were so like, because I think what really turned me off a little bit, not totally turned me off, was like, you see the hype of the internet of this
that's
movie.
What made me nervous.
People had their mind made up already.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of bothered me, because I was like, here we go. This is going to be another 9.800,000 trillion million on IMDb, just like The Dark Knight, because everybody's just got their mind made up about it because of the internet, and you have to have this collective opinion.
There was already an opinion before the movie even came out, like 100%.
But I think it's earned. I mean,
it's I mean,
I loved it.
I'm at a loss for words almost. Like, it's hard to explain because I'm just so shocked that I enjoyed it as much
It's
as
an
I did.
experience.
It really is.
Yeah. I loved it. I really did.
I think it's great.
It's not one of those movies I can rush out and see again. Like Midsommar. Like, I can't go see that again.
Yeah, it's because it's not like, oh,
loved
shit,
it,
let
but
me get back.
I can't go back to back on it. It's one of those, like, it's gonna sit within me.
I think as I think about it, I'll like it even more
and more.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna wait, and then as soon as it starts to leave my mind, I'm gonna see it. Yeah.
It has so much to say that's not. I mean, because it could have easily been a throwaway cash grab. Like, this movie could have been, throw the Joker thing on there and everybody will go see it. So whatever. But the fact that it takes itself so seriously and the themes so seriously, like, it's a perfect portrayal of.
I think that comes from the writer-director. I think the fact that Todd Phillips also wrote this, I think, because he must have had a clear vision in mind.
Yeah, like he wanted to do.
He wanted to take this character in, like, a really dark. Take it with a really dark angle, and I think it really pulled off.
There's a lot of themes that really shine that'll make you kind of think about yourself and our society. So
should I be worried about you?
I mean, hey, I don't know.
Oh God, no. No, I loved it.
Yeah,
everything was so well earned. The payoff.
Holy shit!
On the edge of my seat, it was. It was fantastic. I loved it.
It's great. Go see it. It's amazing.
Go see it. Yep. Go see a DC movie.
I'll be interested to see what people's reactions are that
now, I hope,
high expectations.
I hope people see this, my reaction to this, and then they see my reaction to, like, something like Aquaman or whatever, and they kind of realize now why those movies just don't do it.
They're not there. It's different. It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Different in tone, but they just don't do it for me.
No, this was
its own thing. You can compare Aquaman to, like, a Marvel movie, and you watch a Marvel movie compared to Aquaman, and you go, okay, well, this Marvel movie is like did 100 times better. But the fact that this did its own thing.
And there's really nothing like this even in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as far like nowhere near. So that's what makes it.
Other than Thor: The Dark World, I think this. I think that came a little close, especially the violent.
Oh, the ending is so violent.
Yeah, I know, the massacre.
Oh, God, the war.
Yeah, the war.
No, but it's so different. It is a breath of fresh air as far as, like, if you're starting to get bogged down by the whole comic book thing, this is definitely different, and it's a breath of extremely fresh air.
Yeah, exactly.
So it almost revives it in a way. Like, it gives comic books a different road to go down. Like, you don't have to necessarily be the fun whatever, throw away, let's eat some popcorn and get it can be a little bit more meaningful.
And that's what I was thinking it was going to be. That's why
that's what I was
literally
hoping.
bought popcorn and a drink, because that's what I thought it was just going to be.
And I was so nervous that it was not going to be that, and maybe that's why my expectations were. I don't trust them at the end of that. I don't trust DC at the end
and that's
of the day,
why I think this superhero fad's not going anywhere anytime soon, because it just, like you said, it finds another way to rejuvenate itself.
There's so many different ways, and this is just another one of those ways that, this is going to spawn, I almost hope, movies than superhero and comic book movies that are different.
We'll
see. Yeah, just to be bold, just to do some, Endgame, bold. It is bold.
Endgame, perfect.
It's bold and perfect. And this movie, another comic book movie this year that's just bold, does something different, doesn't care, not afraid to take risks. So,
and it's interesting because it's like, I almost in a way I kind of feel bad, not feel bad, but like I feel like a comic book movie in my top 10.
I'm there.
Like,
I am there.
Because it's almost like it's like almost like a frowned upon kind of way of thinking.
It
that
just
you have to
doesn't-
have a comic movie in your top 10, but it's like when you see movies like this, and when you see movies like this that are almost like towards, I don't want to say completely art house, but it leans
It does
towards
feel
an
more
art house kind
yeah,
of.
it does feel art house.
And it does it so well, and then you have a blockbuster like Endgame, and it does it to the nth degree.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, how can they not?
They
be,
got.
like,
I
one
would
of the
think
best of
that
the year.
if it was me, I think they're both in my top 10.
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
like 100%. I
Well,
mean,
as
it's
of
just,
now, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see at the end of the
Yeah.
year, but right now, definitely top 10
Yeah.
for both of them. It's just.
I'm
mean,
really
it's different.
curious to see
It's
how
different.
Jumanji 2 is going to end up on my list. Though.
That'll be.
Yeah.
I mean, Endgame. You know, run for their money. We'll
Yeah,
see.
seriously.
I don't
But
know.
no, I was blown away by this movie,
Yeah.
sincerely, and I'm not just saying that. And I don't want to sound like another one of those internet, fans that's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I love this movie already. The trailer was so good.
We don't like a lot of DC movies, so you know.
I'm telling you
There's
right
the
now,
praise.
it's rare for me.
Yeah.
And this is it. This
Is what you're gonna get. This is it.
This is it. This is as good as it's
You
gonna
better,
get. For
yeah,
you
it's
people.
not. It's not getting it. So,
No, I love
we'll see. Yeah, I thought it was great. I think it's awesome.
No, I highly recommend it.
Yep, definitely go see it.
Go see it.